Good evening. Welcome to this new installment of U.S. Politics Viewed by a Canadian. Tonight, I'm taking a look at what I call the Mar A Lago stolen documents scandal. Who did it? Former President of the United States, Donald Trump. Now, Donald Trump knew he was doing something illegal. He was warned numerous times that he should not take documents with him. He was warned by a former White House lawyer that it is unlawful to retain documents, especially classified information. Okay. And during all this time, he repeatedly stated privately that the documents were his to possess and he was not willing to deliver them to the government. That's obstruction of justice. That's illegal possession of government property. So let's go during his presidency, okay? And my source is the Just Security website. The page is tracker evidence of Trump's knowledge and involvement in retaining Mar A Lago documents. That's my source I'm using right now to tell you everything I'm telling you right now. But this information I'm passing now is confirmed by the FBI by numerous sources. Okay? So, during his presidency, Trump had a habit of grabbing intelligence documents, and God knows what he did with it. Okay? He was briefed on intelligence stuff. They would draw something on paper, they would pass it to him, and he was just answering, "Hey, this is interesting. Can I keep it?" It's like, what? You want to keep classified information for yourself? And not everyone were successful in taking back the documents. So that's why he accumulated so many documents during his tenure. So all this happened during his president. That was during his presidency. In late 2020, notes from conversations among White House staff members indicate that there are discussions about material that Mr. Trump has been amassing and how to get it back to make sure the documents are properly handled. Mark Meadows, him again, Mr. Trump's chief of staff, tells others he will take care of it. And according to people familiar with the matter, he did not. Because it is unclear if Meadows ever talks to Mr. Trump about that matter. So the National Archives battle to secure records from Trump's presidency began when he was still president. Okay? Not 18 months after. It began when he was still president of the United States. So his intention was to take those documents and bring them to Mar A Lago and keep them. So his intention was to take government property and bring it to his home in Mar A Lago and keep them. That was his intention. So you got intent there. Intent to commit a crime. Steal documents from the government. Okay? Mr. Gary Stern, the agency's top lawyer, began asking the former president's attorney to return 24 boxes in the residency of the White House before he left. 24 24 freaking boxes of documents he had already amassed. And those are only the ones Mr. Stern saw somewhere. Okay? Post-presidency. Okay? Now, here's where I start saying all that was retrieved from Donald Trump. January 17th and 18th, National Archives recovers documents. 14 of 15 boxes contain documents with classified markings. 184 unique documents were bearing classification markings. 67 of those were marked confidential. 92 were marked as secret. 25 were marked as top secret. Not bad. So 184 documents, classified documents. Okay? Then, the first of those documents, the first 100 documents totaled over 700 pages. That's a lot of paper. That's a lot of classified information for one private citizen to have at his home. Any other person in the United States would have this at his home, would already be in prison. Then, apparently, his attorneys, Donald Trump, said, that's all I have. Then on June 3rd, with a subpoena, they gave some documents back. Of those documents, okay, that came from a storage room in Mar A Lago, again, 37 unique documents were bearing classification markings. 5 of them were marked as confidential, 16 secret, 17 top secret. And some of them had HCS, SI, and FISA markings. And then apparently Trump's lawyer sent Christina Bobb signed a letter saying that this is all the documents we have. DOJ, National Archives asked the DOJ, they suspect that they have more documents, so they get the DOJ to investigate. DOJ gets a search warrant on August 5th, and on August 8th, they conduct the search warrant. So for a place that was not supposed to have any more documents, they found something like 20 more boxes. Of those, 103 were bearing classification markings. Just the office, 27 were having classification marking. That's in the office. 3 confidential, 17 secret, 7 top secret. 43 empty folders with classified banners. Where the hell have those documents ended up? 28 more empty folders labeled Return to Staff Secretary / Military Aid. So that's already a total of 61 empty folders. In the storage room, okay, you had 27 in the office out of the 103. In the storage room, there was 76 documents bearing classification markings. 28 were marked as confidential, 37 marked as secret, and 11 marked as top secret, including SCI. 3 more empty folders with classified banners, and 14 more were labeled Return to Staff Military Aid. So if you take only the empty folders, that's 78 empty folders with classified markings. Where the hell are those documents now? Where the hell are they? Okay? And Trump's willful retention, because he said repeatedly, it's not theirs, it's mine. But the Presidential Records Act say clearly that all documents emanating from presidents and vice presidents during their tenure in office are property of the National Archives, not the president's property. Okay? He resisted handing him over, and he contradicted himself all the time. Okay? Here are some proofs. Okay? He was saying at one point, they're mine. At another point, he was saying that the FBI planted the documents when they raided my home. So if they were yours, how can the FBI plant them? And the best one I heard, I declassified everything. I can declassify documents just by thinking about it. Okay, so you declassified documents that the FBI planted in your home? That is freaking nonsense. Unless you are a god of some sort and you declassified the documents before the FBI planted them in your home. Man, you are really good. You are really freaking good. Because you say the documents are yours, but the FBI planted them. Anyway, so all this to say that Trump is contradicting himself, all the time. He gave one speech in Arizona saying they should give me back everything they took from my house. They're mine. Okay? So the documents that the FBI planted in your home were yours to start with? Donald Trump is a criminal that needs to be held accountable for stealing government property. That's it. Have a nice evening.